Hello everyone. On this channel, I feel that information about what is happening in China is often not correctly conveyed to countries other than China, so I will be disseminating the information I have gathered in English. I'm getting information from multiple media, so I'd be happy if you could comment on the content of the video. Also, English is not my native language, so I use an AI speaker to create the voice to convey the information correctly. I'm very happy that it seems that everyone's eyes are on it little by little. As the world situation becomes unstable, I feel frustrated that information about the economic superpowers is not properly disseminated overseas. Not all of my information is correct, but I'm happy to hear that there is such information. Today, I will explain the protests that occurred at BYD, a major Chinese automaker. This is an incident that happened in Changsha, Hunan Province, where we previously reported that a building had collapsed. BYD is headquartered in Guangdong, but also has a factory in Changsha. This company is focusing on electric vehicles. The company has a large market share in local cities. It seems that the relationship with Japan has a partnership contract with Hino Motors. Changsha in Hunan Province is slightly above Hong Kong in terms of location. A protest occurred at this BYD factory in Changsha. They gathered in front of the factory to protest, and the video was taken and spread on the internet. This video was uploaded to Twitter. What was your reason for protesting? The reason for this protest is said to be a health hazard due to the spread of toxic gases from the factory. It seems that the protest time zone was also held in the night zone. The phenomenon of more than 100 children living nearby having nosebleeds continued. After that, information spread on the internet that there was a strange smell from multiple residents. It seems that it has developed into a protest activity as it may be related to nosebleeds and odors. The factory also issued a statement, announcing that it was a malicious fabrication. The police have been notified of the protests, claiming that the exhaust gas from the factory caused nosebleeds as a malicious fabrication. In other words, it's not bad for a factory, and it takes the position of a victim if it's being tampered with. As the factory claims, it is difficult to prove that there is a causal relationship between exhaust gas and nosebleeds, and unless it can be proven, the factory cannot be held responsible. However, it is an act that takes a very long time even if it is verified to prove. Health damage will spread during the investigation, so it is appropriate to stop the factory and investigate for safety. However, it is thought that it led to protest activities because it is impossible for the factory to stop. There are many problems related to the causal relationship between such health damage and factories. The plant has long been accused of emitting volatile toxic substances in excess of levels allowed by environmental standards. And this issue is not resolved. Aside from the offensive odor and health hazards, we continue to emit this toxic substance. The government's supervisory department should be aware of this, but they continue to operate the factory without giving guidance for improvement. If that happens, it will turn from a factory problem to a Chinese government problem. The Chinese Communist Party claims that the treated water from nuclear power plants in Japan is polluting the environment. This is the strategy of the CCP. By making a big fuss about issues other than their own, they are trying to make their own country's problems seem small. By directing the gaze outward in this way, the dissatisfaction of the Chinese people is not directed to the CCP. The Japanese media does the opposite. It reports that China is making efforts to reduce CO2 emissions, and does not report on environmental problems occurring in China. We are reporting exactly what the Chinese Communist Party has announced. We should report on the contradictions in the behavior of the Chinese Communist Party, but it is a pity that we do not have the technology or the courage to investigate. The automobile industry is a national policy industry. The national enterprise is spreading toxic exhaust gas around. This is a bigger problem than CO2 emissions. Moreover, even after the problem was recognized, no improvements were made, and the factory is still operating. Importing and purchasing the cars made by the manufacturer means that you are supporting the problem of environmental pollution. I believe that it is the job of the mass media to check whether the information is correct or not, including the background, rather than just believing in the announcements made by the Communist Party of China. That's all for now. See you next time.